Hello everybody and welcome to my no spoilers review of Cars on the Road. This is going to be a pretty quick review, just going over my thoughts on the series. It's not really going to be heavily edited, just going to sort of be my thoughts, my initial thoughts, and what I think about it. Cars on the Road, of course, is the brand new Cars Disney Plus series starring Owen Wilson and Larry the Cable Guy reprising their roles as Lightning McQueen and Tow Mater as they go on a road trip in order to reach Mater's sister's wedding. All 9 episodes are released exclusively on Disney Plus on September 8th here in the US. And this is going to be my spoiler-free review, so if you are planning on commenting on this video to share your thoughts on the series, please make sure to keep them spoiler-free because there will be some people watching this video who probably haven't watched the series yet. Although, if you're watching my channel, then you've probably already seen the series. So what are my thoughts on the Road? Well, I thought it was really fun, and I think it did really well doing exactly what it wanted to do. The point of this series wasn't to tell some big grand story. The point of this series wasn't to be a Cars 4. It was just to be a fun show telling stories about Lightning and Mater going on a road trip, getting in wacky scenarios, and meeting new characters, and I really enjoyed it. I really liked how the premise allowed them to get really creative with what they did each episode. Every episode is full of new characters and locations and fun new concepts. Each episode is distinct and stands out from the last one. And while there are certainly some that I think are better than others, the quality throughout each episode was pretty consistent. There were a lot of really fun jokes. There are a lot of really cool things to spot if you're a Cars fan. And if you're just a fan of Lightning and Mater, this series is great because this probably gives us the most amount of content of Lightning and Mater just being friends out of everything in the Cars series. Now, we do see a little bit of the other Radiator Springs townies. Most of them do have speaking lines in this series, all voiced by their respective voice actors, but really the focal point here is Lightning and Mater. And while it is a little disappointing to see the Radiator Springs cast sidelined once again, I don't think this series would work as well as it did if there were more characters than just Lightning and Mater going on this road trip. The two have a really fun dynamic, and they really work well here, and I just think it's nice to see them just being best friends going on adventures. And this series can get really weird at times, but weird in a fun way. Not really weird in a way where you're annoyed by its weirdness, but weird in a way where it's just fun to watch, and it's fun to see all of these crazy scenarios unfold. There's a lot of strange humor in the series, and just completely out there scenarios, and one of my main concerns going in was that this would be out of line. It wouldn't feel right for the Cars series, but the Cars series has always had really strange things in it, like Mater's Tall Tales, or heck, even what happens in Cars 2, and this series just naturally integrated all of its weird elements so well. I was really concerned going in that these things like dinosaur cars, or, what else? There's Mater getting souped up to go super fast on the salt flats. I was concerned that these things would be poorly integrated, that they would just feel like cheap gimmicks so that you could sell more Cars toys. And are they going to sell more Cars toys? Of course they are. But to me, for the most part, it really feels like they let their creativity come first with these ideas. And everything that they put into the series feels really naturally integrated into the series, and it all works really well. For more hardcore Cars fans, there's a lot of world building in this series, and a lot of new concepts and characters that a lot of people will enjoy and love to see on screen. There are a lot of new characters, many of which I'm sure we'll get in merchandise form if you're a collector such as myself. One of the things I was most excited for this series was just seeing what sort of new things we see in the Cars universe, and I was not disappointed. The series doesn't really give all that much lore or anything, but again, it's not trying to. Don't go into this series expecting a Cars 4. There are a good few hints towards the end of the series, especially in the last episode, that reveal some new things about character backstories and show off a little bit of what happened in the series after Cars 3, but again, that's not the point, and something I really like and respect about this series is the fact that they really still keep the end of Cars 3 pretty open-ended. This series takes place after the movies, but doesn't really give you too much information on what's happening after them. It's not its main goal, and it really leaves the door open for more future Cars projects. In that sense, it's very similar to the Cars tunes, except they are quite different. I wouldn't compare these to the Cars tunes. They are a few minutes longer than the Cars tunes. On average, each episode is a little bit less than 10 minutes, but these are very different and very distinct from any of the Cars tunes we've gotten in the past. Are there some elements of these episodes that are kind of similar to those? Definitely, but they definitely stand out on their own. If you love Easter eggs and little background details like I do, there are quite a few to look out for. The Pizza Planet truck appears in the background of several episodes. The series has a few post-credit scenes throughout that are all just little stinger jokes. And while it isn't really an Easter egg or a reference, the series is jam-packed with a lot of interesting background characters, many of which reuse car models and animation models from other Cars projects. Of course, now with new paint jobs and designs to make them into new characters. It was really cool seeing what types of cars were in the background and what other Cars characters they looked similar to. Again, not really an Easter egg, but if you're a Cars fan, it's something pretty fun to check out in the background. And I think that's about all I have to say for Cars on the Road. This series knows what it's trying to be. It just wants to be a fun road trip show about Lightning and Mater going on wacky adventures, and I think that it excels at this. It does exactly what it wants to do, and I think it does it very well. If you go into this series expecting this deep, lore-filled Cars 4, don't. That's not what it's trying to be. This series is just trying to be a fun adventure with the Cars characters in the Cars world, and I think it does that very well. Anyway guys, thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to my channel for more on-the-road content. I have a lot coming out regarding it in the next few weeks. I'm going to be doing individual episode reviews and breakdowns, going over cool background details or Easter eggs you missed. I'm going to be doing several other videos on the series in the coming weeks, so if you liked On the Road, or if you like Cars in general, make sure to subscribe if you're enjoying my content. I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.